It was a cold November evening in 1966 when two young couples from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, decided to take a drive to a secluded area known as the TNT area. Once a bustling hub during World War II, the TNT area had become a quiet, eerie place. The abandoned munitions plant and its surrounding forest created an atmosphere that felt otherworldly, a place where shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally, and the air felt heavier than it should. Roger and Linda Scarberry, along with their friends Steve and Mary Millette, were in high spirits that evening. Enjoying the thrill of being out late, they were cruising along the dark, winding roads in Roger's car, laughing and chatting, when something suddenly caught their attention. In the dim light of the car's headlights, they saw what they first thought was a man standing near one of the old buildings. But as the car drew closer, their laughter turned to silence and then to terror. The figure was massive, far larger than any human. Its body was dark and shadowy, and it had enormous wings folded against its back. But the most terrifying feature was its eyes, large, glowing red orbs that seemed to pierce through the night. For a moment, no one in the car moved or spoke. Then, as if spurred by an instinct for survival, Roger slammed his foot on the gas pedal, and the car sped down the narrow road. To their horror, the creature didn't stay behind. It spread its massive wings and took flight, pursuing the car with an uncanny ease. The couples later described the way it moved, not flapping its wings like a bird, but gliding effortlessly, almost as if it were floating through the air. No matter how fast Roger drove, the creature kept pace, its glowing eyes fixed on the car. They didn't stop until they reached the edge of town, where the creature finally veered off and disappeared into the darkness. Shaken and terrified, they went straight to the Mason County Sheriff's Office to report what they had seen. The deputies listened with skepticism, but the fear in the young couple's voices was undeniable. The story quickly spread through the small town, and it wasn't long before others began to come forward with similar accounts. The creature, soon dubbed the Mothman, became the talk of Point Pleasant. Over the next few months, sightings of the Mothman poured in from all over the area. Witnesses described the same glowing red eyes, massive wings, and an overwhelming sense of dread that seemed to accompany the creature. Some claimed to have seen it perched on rooftops or lurking in the shadows near their homes. Others reported hearing strange, unearthly noises in the woods or finding their pets inexplicably missing. The Mothman sightings coincided with other strange phenomena in Point Pleasant. People began to report strange lights in the sky, mysterious men in black suits asking questions, and an increase in paranormal activity. The small town, once a quiet and unassuming place, seemed to have become a hotspot for the inexplicable. One of the most chilling aspects of the Mothman legend was the connection many people began to make between the creature and a sense of impending doom. Some witnesses claimed that seeing the Mothman was accompanied by vivid nightmares or feelings of intense anxiety. Others believed that the creature was trying to warn them of something terrible about to happen. This sense of foreboding reached its peak on December 15, 1967. It was a cold, gray day, and the Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, was packed with rush-hour traffic. The bridge, an aging structure built in 1928, had been a vital link for the community for decades. But on that fateful evening, tragedy struck. Without warning, the bridge collapsed, sending cars and their passengers plunging into the icy waters of the Ohio River. 46 people lost their lives in the disaster, and the community was left in shock. In the aftermath, some residents couldn't help but draw a connection between the bridge collapse and the Mothman sightings. Many believed that the creature had been a harbinger of the tragedy, its presence a warning that had gone unheeded. As the months turned into years, the Mothman sightings gradually faded, but the legend never disappeared. Point Pleasant became a focal point for paranormal researchers, cryptozoologists, and conspiracy theorists, all eager to uncover the truth behind the mysterious creature. Some believed the Mothman was an extraterrestrial being, while others suggested it was a government experiment gone wrong. A few even posited that it was a spiritual entity, a guardian or prophet trying to protect the town from harm. One of the most compelling theories came from journalist John Keel, who investigated the Mothman sightings extensively and published his findings in the book The Mothman Prophecies. Keel suggested that the Mothman was part of a larger phenomenon, a series of interconnected events involving UFOs, psychic phenomena, and otherworldly beings. He theorized that Point Pleasant was a nexus of paranormal activity, a place where the boundaries between dimensions were unusually thin. Not everyone was convinced, of course. Skeptics argued that the Mothman sightings could be explained by misidentifications of large birds, such as sandhill cranes or owls. The glowing red eyes, they suggested, were merely the reflection of light off the animal's retinas. Others believed the sightings were the result of mass hysteria, fueled by fear and the power of suggestion. Despite the skepticism, the Mothman legend has endured, captivating the imaginations of people around the world. Today, Point Pleasant embraces its connection to the mysterious creature. The town hosts an annual Mothman festival, drawing thousands of visitors eager to learn about the legend and explore the area where it all began. A towering statue of the Mothman, complete with its glowing red eyes and massive wings, stands proudly in the center of town, a testament to the enduring power of the story. But for those who lived through the events of 1966 and 1967, the Mothman is more than just a legend. It is a memory, a lingering question that refuses to be answered. Some witnesses, now elderly, still speak of the creature with a mix of fear and reverence. They recall the way its presence seemed to defy explanation, the way it made them feel as if they were being watched by something far beyond human comprehension. Even now, more than half a century later, the Mothman continues to elude definition. Was it a cryptid, an alien, or a figment of the imagination? Or was it something even stranger, a glimpse into a reality we cannot fully understand? The answers remain as elusive as the creature itself, hidden in the shadows of Point Pleasant's history. And so the story of the Mothman lives on, passed down through generations, as a reminder of the mysteries that still linger in our world. It is a story of fear and fascination, of tragedy and resilience, and of the unshakable human desire to seek meaning in the unknown. Whether prophecy or pure myth, the Mothman has become a part of Point Pleasant's identity, a symbol of the strange and the unexplained. For those who dare to venture into the woods of the TNT area on a quiet night, the legend serves as both a warning and an invitation. Listen closely, and you might hear the rustle of wings or catch a glimpse of glowing red eyes in the darkness. But be careful. Once you see the Mothman, you may never see the world the same way again.